So people may not know about your brain surgery.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit of that. You had a meningioma?
Yep.
And so just for people, that's like the lining of the brain is starting to create a tumor, it's starting to create excess growth. So it's less dangerous than an actual inside the brain tumor.
Yes.
And so you had it removed. Was it near your ear or where was it?
It
What hemisphere was it
was
in?
on the right side, based on the trigeminal nerve near the pons or on the pons,
Hmm.
and went into Meckel's cave. So I had brain surgery. It'll be 2 years next month.
Thank God.
And
Who did the surgery?
Dr. Black at Cedars.
In Cedars. Okay. Yep.
Mhm. And I think that that's been my thing in the
But it
last 2 years.
coincided with your mom, like right
Yeah.
after your mom, right?
Yeah, my mom's was 8 months prior to that.
That is so strange and
Yeah.
so not great,
Crazy.
right?
Yeah,
That's
but it
like-
was great because my life had to change, and it has drastically. So anybody else would be, kind of freaking out. And I'm like, I'm really loving the moments of uncomfortableness when I'm like, I have these moments where I'm like, should I be doing more? Oh, no, I don't
Oh yeah,
think
that
so.
reminds you don't need to be doing more,
And I'm
right?
like, no,
yeah,
'cause
it's not
this is-
important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm like, I feel like if I'm going to go to like the next dimension, this is kind of that place where I'm really working on kind of the next level stuff, like the spiritual and the kind of transformational stuff. So
And
that's
did
what
you
I've
and
been
your
doing.
mom kind of help each other through everything? Obviously, you would anyway because you're mother-daughter, but you had something so terrible in common.
I know that story would be like beautiful, but no.
No, that's like a real answer. I appreciate
Yeah, because my mom, with brain cancer, and Anthony, because you do so much work with brain tumors, it's a whole other thing. Like my mom had surgery, she had radiation, she had chemo.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go on in the brain after that. So there's a lot of inflammation, a lot of cognitive deficits. So part of the treatments that I gave my mom is I put her on marijuana.
Mhm.
So I kind of joke sometimes that she was too high to help me. But she actually doesn't even remember my surgery.
Seriously?
Yeah, she doesn't remember
Wait, how far
anything.
after her surgery was your surgery?
8 months.
Okay, so
So she was just freshly dosing on marijuana from maybe 2 months prior, a month and a half prior. And she just, between the cognitive deficits, the radiation, inflammation, the marijuana, she doesn't remember anything. And she recently told me how bad she feels because she doesn't remember any of it. But to me,
Well-
that was another silver lining because
Yeah,
she
I
didn't
was
get to
gonna
feel
say,
that.
right.
Imagine someone who has cancer, the last thing they need is stress.
Mhm. And
So,
a child, no matter how old they are, being sick is the most stress you could ever put on a mom or a
Yeah.
parent. So it's better off maybe.
yeah. Rocky's quote gets me through so much. It ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Yeah. I
How
love
much
that.
you can take.
Do you know Sylvester Stallone?
I do. He's a dear friend. And when I came out of surgery, that was the first thing I said. I started quoting Rocky. So going into surgery, I was playing Rocky music as my theme song. And when I came out, I could barely speak and I started quoting it. So I sent it to him. It happened to be his birthday. I said, if you didn't know how much your words meant to me
That's
before,
great.
it's the first thing I uttered when I woke up from massive brain surgery.
Well, he's got an incredible life story too, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Talk about resilience.
I tell my kids this, he wrote the screenplay of Rocky. They
Mhm.
wanted to buy for him on a dime.
Yep.
They didn't want him to act in it.
Nope.
He says, hey, I'm not doing it unless you let me act in it. He finally gets it done. Goes on to win the Academy Award.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an
You have to believe in yourself.
amazing.
And the other quote about fear, you gave me the one great one, is everything you want is on the other side of fear. So if
Mhm.
you let fear guide you in life, what a boring, miserable life.
Mhm.
You have to go for things. Like, that's why I've done all the crazy stuff I've done, whether it's wrestling or Dancing with the Stars. I couldn't put one foot in front of the other and make it make sense. And I went in and Derek transformed me into a dancer. But if I had listened to everyone who had told me you're going to suck, don't do it, you're going to embarrass yourself. And there was a side of me that thought this was going to happen. My family, my parents, Maria, you're going to
Stop
be so
telling me I
bad,
suck
Maria.
at dancing.
I
Baby,
wasn't
stop
saying that.
telling me. Okay.